All right, so as you guys can see, we got the Panhead back in the shop. We're gonna go through and try and get it running. So I went ahead and connected a battery. We're gonna go through and check everything, make sure that it has compression, make sure that it has spark. I'll probably for now run an auxiliary gas tank just to test it to see if it'll run, check if there's oil, check if there's transmission fluid. As you saw in the last video, I had to take off the rear backing plate, so I'm gonna see if that wheel cylinder works. If not, then I'm gonna replace it and bleed the brakes and make sure that it works before we ride this thing again. The last time that it was running, or at least on the road, the license plate says 2003. So this has been sitting for, what is that, 22 years? According to Judy, hasn't really ran in a while. While I was there, I went ahead and kicked it over to see if it had compression. It seems like it has good compression, but before we kick it again, I got a bore scope camera to just look in there, and I'm also gonna spray some oil in there. So I just wanna make sure that there's no rust in the cylinders. Before I pull the carburetor off, I'll probably just try and see if it runs as is. And if it does, then great. If not, then we'll pull the carb off. If you look here, it looks like the distributor, advance, and retard mechanism still works. The throttle is free. We have headlight, we have tail light. Like I said, I already went through and replaced the battery because the last one was pretty old. Let's get started. This thing is in really good condition. I'm not sure if this paint is original or not. It might be a respray, but it might also be original. I'm not sure. It looks really nice. So let's go ahead and check out the cylinders. I'll probably add some oil. I'm not sure if it's sumped, so I might start with about 2 quarts of oil and see if any of it sumps back once we get it running. Looks like it has the original Harley-Davidson dash. Is that 34,000 or 3,420? Not quite sure. But yeah, like I had mentioned, that works. That works. Let's go down here. So yeah, let's go through and get this thing going. Spark plugs look pretty good. They're the original Harley-Davidson spark plugs. Number 3, 4. I'll probably end up just reusing those. Let's pull this front one off. Got some carbon buildup. Looks like it was running a little rich, but those will work. Let's grab the endoscope. All right, we got the endoscope here. Let's see me. Let's go ahead and, wow. Let's look around here. It looks super clean. You can see that it's 20 thousandths over. Let me see if I can pull that up to the screen a little bit better. Still see all the cross hatching. Wow, the cylinders look great. Looks like it was freshly rebuilt not too long ago. Let's check the front one. Oh wow, yeah, no, it looks amazing. You can see there's like a little bit of marking up. That's probably from just it being dry. I'm not sure what's on the top of that piston, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and close that out. All right, so the plugs are supposed to be at 20 thousandths. Let's just double check that they are. They are a little bit tighter than that. So I'm just gonna hit it right there. Perfect, right at 20 thousandths. Nice, let's check the next one. 20,000s. Cool. Let's throw these back in. All right, now before we put the spark plug caps on, let's go ahead on the other side and just check and see if there's spark at the points. All right, so let's just flip the key on. Let's just double check that we have power. Yep, power. Cool. Let's pull off that points cover and just double check that there's power at the points. All right, we got power at the points. Now, while we're here, I'm gonna flip this switch back off and we're just gonna check that the spark plug gap is correct. So let's kick the motor over. That's the rear cylinder and it's supposed to be at 20,000. So let me grab feeler gauge and see that that's correct. Yeah, that's about right. It's a little more, but let's go to the front cylinder. Oh man, it's got compression, huh? Oh yeah, that's just about right. Cool. Let me bring you guys over to the other side again. I guess while we're here, let me just clean up those points. Now let's go back onto the other side. And we'll basically connect a test light onto the spark plugs and see if we have spark as I kick it. Let's flip the key on. There's spark on the rear. Now let's look for the front. It's a pretty neat tool. Basically just connects onto your spark plug and just test if there's spark. I've just gotten shocked way too many times to want to try and hold the spark plug as I kick the bike. So this is a great way to test. You can get it at your local hardware store or parts store, auto parts store. All right, let's put those back on. Cool. Those are on. I think what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and flip this seat up and just look inside the oil tank, check to see if there's any oil. There's times like these I wish I had a cameraman, but I don't. There is no oil in there. It looks pretty clean, not too crazy in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 quarts of oil and then try and see if I can pull off this air cleaner cover and see what it looks like in there. All right, so I have some Valvoline 50 weight. So go ahead and throw that in. After we run this, we'll probably go through and do an oil change with fresh oil. Yeah, this is 50 weight, brand new 50 weight. So let's get this in there. So what we're gonna do after I put this oil in is we're gonna crank the motor over a couple times and just crack open the feed oil line just to bleed it a little bit and see if there's oil coming through to the oil pump. Just check and see where we're at on the dipstick. Oh yeah. At the refill mark, like I said, I just want to make sure that there is no oil in the sump before I completely fill it. Let's go down here and crack the oil line. Don't see anything yet. Do I see oil? I see oil. Yep. Oh, there we go. We got oil. Looks good. So next up, we're gonna take this air filter off. It's a pretty nice K&N air filter. Let's take a look in there. It looks like it was just running super rich. Yeah, it looks pretty nice in there. I might actually pull off this cover here just so I can get some better access to the carb. Everything's pretty sealed up, pretty nice, so might just go for it and throw some gas into the carb. All right, so I went ahead and removed the gas tanks. I have this one soaking with Evaporust, and I cleaned out the other one already. And then I have my external gas here. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can get gas through this carb. See if she'll fire up. If she doesn't, then I will go ahead and remove the carb and clean it. All right, if this does start, this will be the first start in 22 years. Who knows? Who knows when the last time it started? So let's see if we can get fuel. Is there fuel? No fuel yet. Fuel. Oh yeah, we have fuel. Okay, we have fuel. Let's go. That's advanced. Let's retard the timing. Okay. So choke closed. We'll do closed throttle. Open throttle. 1, 2, close throttle, open choke, flip the key on. Wow, that started first kick! Holy shit. Runs great. Holy crap. Can't believe that. It just started right up. Oh shit, now I need to get the tank back on. Wow, let's see if it's returning oil. Let's see if we're returning oil. Oh yeah. Returning oil. Wow. Can't believe this. This fired right up. I should see if we're charging. Yeah, we're charging. Wow, what a beast. Wow. That's amazing. Holy shit. This is the first start. Wow. That's so cool. All right, let's see if it'll start again. So I'll turn the fuel back on. Let's go. retard the timing. Wow. This thing runs great. Wow, that's kind of amazing. This thing runs amazing. All right, so now while the tank is cleaning itself, while the Evaporust is doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and try and put the rear brake stuff back on and see if I can bleed the brake and see if it'll work. If not, then I'll have to take it back apart and replace the wheel cylinder, but it's worth trying the old one to see if it'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that while the tanks are being cleaned, or at least the left side tank had a little bit of rust in it. I did clean them out with like acetone and stuff before, but I want to get the rust out of there before I do anything. This is insane. I didn't even touch the carburetor, and it's not leaking, it's not overflowing. I am still going to clean the carburetor, just make sure that it's all good. If the cork gasket or if the cork float is in there, I'll probably replace that with the rubber ducky. Let's get to the rear wheel. Another day working on the Panhead. I ended up buying a new wheel cylinder. This is the part number, it's Brake Best. Got it from O'Reilly's, and it's the same wheel cylinder from a Willys Jeep, the CJ. Got it from O'Reilly's, they ordered it, showed up the next day. So let's go ahead and throw this on. Well, we're just gonna work on this messy table here. Brought it over to the bench. I was able to get it on with these guys here. Just putting it there and pulling on it. So there it is. Well, that's not a good sign. It looks like this might need to be replaced, but I'm gonna open it up and look at the inside, and if it looks good, then maybe I'll use it. All right, thankfully this bled out. The brake works. Yeah, brake works pretty decent. Got the piston working again, so let's throw this all back together. I'm actually gonna clean up the inside of these gas tanks. right, we just threw gas in. Double check that it's not leaking from any of the hard lines. And that seems to be good right now. It's not leaking from the carb. Let's try and start the bike again. It's been a while. All right, it's running good. Rear brake works. Should probably check if it goes into gear. Nice. Goes into gear. All right, Panhead is out. We're gonna try and ride it. Since it's running now. No fuel yet. See if it'll start. Runs great, huh? I know. Yeah, it's running real good. Hell yeah. Yeah, you do. Especially with that hat. All right, there it is, you guys. 1958 FLH Dual Glide Panhead. It's running great. It's riding even better. And that concludes this bike. Like I said, if you want to buy it, please contact me at 947works@gmail.com. And if I don't get enough interest, I might do a giveaway on it. But for now, that's it. This bike is super sick. Blue's behind the camera. Thank you, Blue. And we both rode it around, as you just saw. I've never ridden a stock bike. This was pretty sick. And this will be really cool to give to somebody that's really stoked on it. Contact me for the price. Runs great. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next video. This thing's pretty sick, dude. I kind of want to keep it. I wish.